Great. Thank you very much, Evan. Joe, I had the pleasure of interviewing you last week, so I won't waste everyone's time. I did want to ask, with Jamel Herring's big win over the weekend, do you feel like any more motivation to kind of, proudly represent Long Island and bring that world title home?
Yeah, man, I'm really gonna get out there and give it 100%, and I hope to bring that world title home and put on a great show like Jamel Herring did.
Okay, great. And then for Joe DeGuardi, I have a question. I actually just posed this on Twitter. I said, if Joe wins on Saturday, Joe fights Artur Beterbiev and Jamel Herring fights Oscar Valdez at the old Nassau Coliseum, NYCB Live. What do you think about those plans?
Well, look, they're great plans, and love to see it in Long Island. But right now, we got to stay focused on Saturday. We don't know how Nassau is going to be with COVID and everything, and opening up to fans. But certainly, that would sell out for sure.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Joe Smith. Best of luck this weekend.
Thank you, Jake. Appreciate that. We're going to go back to the chat queue with John D. John D, please unmute yourself.
Hey, Joe. Considering Maxim's been inactive for approximately 18 months, how do you think that will fare in the fight? Do you think that will give you more of an advantage on Saturday night?
Although he hasn't been active, on television or in the ring, I'm sure he's been training and preparing, for his next fight. So, I'm expecting the best of him. And, I trained my best to put on a great show and be well prepared for this. And, I plan on bringing that belt home and taking away all his plans that he has in mind.
Good stuff. And fighting on home soil as well, 800 fans. Surely that will give you a bit more of a boost as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It'll be nice hearing some fans cheering out in the crowd for us. And, I know as well everyone's going to be watching at home, and it's just motivation to put on a great show for everyone. I love, impressing people and making them, giving them something to look forward to.
And Joe, your promoter, Joe DeGuardi, touched on it, and Maxime was asked, that there's a lot of people are already talking about a Joe Smith versus Artur Beterbiev fight, later this summer, and sort of almost discounting, Max. You're a humble sort of guy, but how do you sort of avoid letting those talks seep into your preparation and what you're planning to do? Because, all the boxing fans are saying Smith versus Beterbiev, give it to me next. But as I said, you got a job at hand to do Saturday night.
Yeah, I definitely have a tough task ahead of me. I know Maxim, he's a tough, durable guy. And, all the opportunities that I'm looking at right now, if I win this fight, they could be his if he wins. So I know there's a lot on the line, and I have a lot to look forward to. So, I got to get out there and give it 110% to make sure those opportunities come my way.
No, certainly. Next week, we have a question from Alan Alford. Alan, please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Thank you so much. Appreciate being with us, Joe. And I know that I watched that video you talked about the disappointment. I could definitely see that. My question to you is, did you have a preference in venue? I know that the venue got changed to MGM or where you're going to be fighting at now. Is that a difference in your mind?
It's in Oklahoma. It's a little harder for some of my fans to get there. But, either way, I don't care where I fight. I just want to get in there, get my belt and my victory. I put a lot of work into this, a lot of time and hard training, and, I'm ready to put the belt on my shoulder or my waist.
And obviously, Joe, the pandemic has a lot to do with it in terms of when New York is going to allow the number of fans that make it realistic, to put an event on there. Have you thought about what, it's been a couple of years since you fought back in either New York City or Long Island at this point. Have you thought about what it's going to be like for you and for those devoted fans you have to come see you again in New York when the time is right?
Oh, it's going to be amazing because I'm going to have a world championship on my shoulder. I'll be defending the belt or either unifying against Beterbiev or someone else. Who knows? But it's a great feeling knowing that things are opening back up, and I'll hopefully be able to put on a great show here on Long Island.
You mentioned Long Island. It's it's pretty big plot of land, but not many world champions have come from there. Obviously, it's Buddy McGirt, Chris Algieri, Jamel Herring, and I know I'm forgetting one, so my apologies. But and is there anybody in particular from your neck of the woods that you look up to from Long Island that is sort of your boxing hero, so to speak, for lack of a better term?
I mean, I look up to any fighter who gets in there, gives it 100% and, dedicates themselves to the sport. It's a tough sport to, it's very tough to handle this and fight at this level, championship level.
Okay. We've got a couple more questions in the queue. I'm gonna take a chance here because this person logged in as iPhone. So I'm just gonna take a chance here and see who this is. So whoever is locked in as an iPhone, next time make sure you put your actual name on the thing so I know who is going to be asking the question. So iPhone, identify yourself and ask your question when ready. You are unmuted, iPhone. And now the iPhone guy can't even identify himself, and B,
can you hear me?
iPhone, who is this?
It's Luis Cortez, man. I thought it came up. I apologize.
Cortez, you've earned a 6-month banishment from all calls. So make this question to Joe Smith a good one. All right.
I'll try. How you doing, Joe?
Doing great.
Great. So my question is, after the delay, I know fighters are coming into fight week ready to peak on fight night. Everybody's talked about the mental aspect, but what were you doing physically since everything got postponed, just to make sure that coming into this week now, you didn't overtrain, you didn't overextend yourself, and you're going to be able to have that peak performance that you need?
Yeah, I mean, it was tough balancing everything out, but I feel I'm going to peak at the right time. After I found out I wasn't fighting, I took the week off. I had my wedding. Enjoyed my wedding, and then jumped right back into it. I worked out hard for the last couple of weeks, and then the last week I just been maintaining and sharpening up all my skills.
Now, did you see when you got back into sparring? And congratulations on the wedding, by the way. But did you see when you got back into actually sparring and having preparing yourself for the live bullets coming up on Saturday? Did you see that you actually were able to just glide back into the grind of it and the process since you were already so prepared?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I didn't really take much time off. I got right back to it. Wedding that following week, and I was sparring the following week. My wedding was on I was back in the ring on Tuesday, so it was not much of a layoff.
All right. Thanks for the answers, and best of luck to you on Saturday night. And Evan, I'll make sure that I get a victory over these Zoom calls and have my name next time.
Yeah, no, please do that. But know that you're not allowed back on. Well, no, you have a lot of time to figure it out because November, Luis, you're back on. Thank you for that, Luis. We'll talk soon. Cheers. Next up, we got a couple more questions here for Joe Smith, and then we're gonna let him go on his way. Joshua Brewer, please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Hello, Joe. So I had a question regarding, say you pick up this title, not to look past your opponent or anything, Maxim here, who will be a challenge, but is two things. Is unification your ultimate goal? And given such, say you take on the likes of Beterbiev or even Bivol, for instance, what would be your plan as far as tackling those fights, especially say you rematch Bivol, which was a good fight last time around. He was definitely fundamentally put in a lot of good work, and you were able to catch him. What would you do different this time around to ensure you get the victory?
got the another shot at Bivol. You know, I think it'd definitely be a lot different this time around. I got a lot more experience. And, you know, when the first time I fought him, I was just looking for one big punch. And now I'm putting combinations together. I'm moving better. And, you know, I believe it's going to be a totally different fight. I mean, I got lucky and landed one good shot, you know, and I really hurt him there. So this time around, if I can land a few shots, what's going to happen?
Thank you for that. Next, we have Eric Alexander. Eric, please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Hey, Joe, how you doing? What does it mean to you to have the capability, the chance to win a world title in front of a crowd in a time where a lot of people are fighting inside of bubbles? You get the chance to fight even though it's a small crowd, you still get the chance to fight in front of a live audience. Does that have a special meaning to you?
Yeah, it's nice to have a few fans there and, you know, crowd. But it would have been a little different, you know, fighting in front of a sold out arena for a world championship. But I know everyone's watching around the world on ESPN Plus, and, you know, I'm just looking forward to making my dream come true and becoming a world champion.
Thank you for that. And, you know, Joe, you've had multiple world champions in your stable before Joe DeGuardia. What would this mean for you, given the journey you've been on with Joe Smith, for it to culminate Saturday night with the WBO world title?
Oh, it'd be thrilling. I mean, Joe's been great to work with. He's always, you know, that common man moniker, but really, you know, he's a warrior deep down, and he's so thrilling and exciting to watch. And some of my most exciting fights have been watching Joe. And that surprise knockout over from Farah a few years back, and everything he's been doing since then. It would be a real thrill. It's been a great ride with Joe, and I know that we have a lot down the pike. I think the future's so bright for him, and I mean, the stars are out there for him. And I'm looking forward to it. He's really, really come a long way. He's developed tremendously physically. He's become a much, you know, he's an all-around fighter now, and I love it. So it would be very, very rewarding, and I can't wait till Saturday night.